If you're somebody who has an opinion about the recent government shutdown, but you're not really quite sure on the details, this video is for you. What exactly got us here? Why did we get to the point where our government would rather shut down than compromise? So in 1995 until 2010, the healthcare problem is first addressed. Citing rapidly rising healthcare costs and healthcare insurance premiums, Washington debates what to do to fix the nation's growing problem because it's causing a problem for a lot of people. In 2010, in March, Obamacare becomes law. The Patient Protection and Affordable Health Care Act, aka Obamacare, is signed into law by the President after passing the House and the Senate. 2011, the Republican and Tea Party representatives take control of the House. They begin their efforts to pass legislation repealing Obamacare. The Democrat-controlled Senate consistently rejects each repeal attempt, and the President also says that he would veto any such attempt. So in June 2012, National Federation of Independent Business versus Sibelius goes to the Supreme Court to challenge the constitutionality of the mandate that's included in Obamacare that says that you'll be fined if you don't have health care. The court upholds that the mandate is constitutional by a vote of 5-4, stating that the fine and the mandate legally fall under Congress's taxing powers, which are in the Constitution. Okay, so July of 2012. The House attempts to repeal Obamacare for the 31st time, with most members admitting that, yeah, their attempts are probably in vain, but they're mostly symbolic, and they're important to make sure that people know they're doing their job and continuing these attempts and fighting for what they sent them there to do. On September 12th of 2013, the House attempts to repeal Obamacare for the 42nd time. They spend hours in session discussing why their constant symbolic attempts are important and showing the public that the representatives will not give up the fight. As expected, the Senate rejects the attempt. Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid openly states that such attempts are nothing more than a waste of valuable legislative time and implores the House to focus on matters that stand a chance. September 29th, 2013. The House threatens shutdown if Obamacare is not delayed. Congress has 1 day left to pass a federal budget that pays for the things that Congress has already approved. By the way, passing a fiscal budget is Congress's job, and it's never had anything to do with the President. That's in the Constitution. The House attempts to pass an amendment that delays the mandate start from October 1st, 2013 to October 1st, 2014, just days before it's set to begin. The amendment dies in the Senate, and the House responds by rejecting the budget. A group of mostly Tea Party Republicans begins telling news outlets that if government shutdown is the only way to show the Senate and the President how serious they are, then they welcome the opportunity to showcase the hard-headedness of their political opponents. Here's some quotes. Representative Michelle Bachmann from Minnesota said, "We're very excited, it's exactly what we wanted, and we got it," to the Washington Post. Representative Marlon Stutzman from Indiana told the Washington Examiner, "We're not going to be disrespected. We have to get something out of this, and I don't know what that even is." Okay, October 2013, the government is shut down. Following the failure of the government to pass the budget through both houses, the government shuts down. 800,000 federal employees are temporarily laid off without pay, and all national parks, monuments, and zoos are closed for the duration of the shutdown because that's what happens when you don't pass a budget. Senate Democrats attempt to pass a continuing resolution, or a CR, which is a common form of a temporary budget that's meant to fund the government while the yearly budget is still being debated. Almost every Democrat in the House and the Senate agree to approve a CR to end the shutdown, and enough Republicans in the House also agree to pass the CR as long as it ends the shutdown, right? The same small group of Tea Party Republicans uses tactics like filibusters and other delaying tactics to delay the vote, essentially extending the shutdown until concessions are made in their favor. The most notable members of the Tea Party caucus use the shutdown as an opportunity to reveal the president's stubborn position. Representative Michelle Bachmann holds a press conference next to a frail, elderly World War II veteran, calling the president responsible for the closing of the famous World War II memorial in Washington, D.C. These displays become the Tea Party's choice tool to divert the blame for the shutdown to the president, whose position, again, has nothing to do with the congressional responsibility of passing a budget. Despite the president's consistent reminders of this fact, House Speaker John Boehner continues claiming that the shutdown happened because the president refused to come back to Congress and convince the Senate Democrats to include more Tea Party concessions in their budget proposal. The idea that this shutdown somehow involves the president gains wide popularity, and roughly half of all Americans still blame Obama for the shutdown. All because of a lie. Abraham Lincoln once said that a house divided against itself cannot stand. Now that was about slavery, which I'm really glad is done, but he has a really good point. And Aesop's fables told us that united we stand and divided we fall. Isn't it true? We can't keep fighting. We really need each other. We need each other because there are lies being thrown at us every single day. And if we choose to latch on to the lies that these power-hungry children are throwing at us from Congress, we're just going to fight forever. And we're going to lose rights, and we're going to lose the ability to make a change in our government, and we're going to become so content with just arguing and playing on our cell phones, we don't know what's going to happen. It's just not a good thing. Seriously, thank you for taking the time to watch this. If you have any questions or comments, let's talk it out. Because we can't beat this if we don't beat this together.